Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff behind there. I'm gonna... Let me sort that out real quick. Should be able to just get something nice and simple in. I know it's on top. Hey, Kendo!
Pig step. Evening line.
Good evening. Needs to be there. How's that? And myth.
Good
What is
evening,
that?
time flies. Yay.
Happy pufferfish noises. That's 7 months for Kendo and 8 for Myth.
Happy pufferfish noises.
There it is. Thank you so much. This is a little unexpected. I had expected to be able to run fan server today, but for those of you who aren't on the Discord, what you're seeing like down below me is the upgrade process for the server. Apparently it's upgrading 12 million chunks. and by the looks of things, like, it's 4% now, and I started it a fair while before we started the pre-roll for this stream, so it's gonna take all night. So we're doing something else. This might fail hysterically, completely, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how far we can take the custom world gen. It's experimental. There are plenty of bugs in it that make it not load stuff if it's having a bad day. But, you know, we'll try it, and I'm hoping that we can get it to do something cool. So, yeah. Sadly, like, it's getting improved every snapshot, basically, so there's already stuff that I know is coming that'll make it better, but we don't have that. We're in the 29A, so... that's what we gotta live with. How far you can take it to a crash? Possibly. Alright, I have a really big lack of screen space today.
Lena Rain is missing on your music list.
Really? I guess I just added in the video. Alright. Fine. Thank you. I am one of the legates, yeah. That's correct. What are you doing, Tiasu? What is this? Nope, skipping that. Alright, so this is my petrified forest thing that I threw together for the snapshot video of this. Just, yeah, Lena Rain, not robotic sound. I threw this together, and by threw this together, I mean I fought the system for quite a while to get this to work. So yeah, we'll try it out. The idea here... let me do this, and then let me do that. It's not what I meant to do. Hold up. Nope. Come on now. You come along. There we go. There. So, this is my entire data pack this far. And the idea is we'll try to make the Wastelands. Basically, one idea that I've had since the whole idea of custom world generation was kind of explained to me the first time was I want to make a world that is kind of, I don't know, post-apocalyptic almost, but it's not really, because it's not going to have big factories or anything. It's just going to be like a wasteland. Like, you know, stuff went bad, but it wasn't a high-tech world before. It was just a world, you know. I don't know if I've seen that one. 5%! Cool. And we'll see how far it gets before we end off the stream. But for those of you who watched the tutorial series, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put up a custom dimension with a multi-noise biome source in it. I'm going to throw in some of the vanilla biomes so that we have something to work with. And then, like, some of them work. Like, we could throw in probably a basalt deltas and have it work perfectly in that kind of world, but in the overworld, you know? So I think we'll start with that and then see about adding more and more custom stuff to it. So... misclicking. Okay, so here's a file for the Wastelands dimension. It has nothing. And by the way, I'm not going to use any generators or like online tools or anything. I am going to just handcraft all of this. And that's not necessarily because I think that's the best, even though that's how I usually prefer to work. It's just because it gives you a certain level of experience and learning that you don't really get otherwise. So I guess as one thing to look at, let's take maybe one of the super simple multi-noise setups that I had there. So let's see. This is the file that I made for only desert and ocean. And I guess we could just copy paste that to begin with. So we have a structure to go off of. So here's that. Desert is kind of okay. We could keep the desert for now. But we don't want ocean. So maybe we'll try to throw in a couple of things. So since I was talking about the basalt deltas, why not throw them in, right? And we'll put that at, I don't know, humidity 1 is fine for now. Humidity probably doesn't mean humidity in this world. And then let's do one more. And what is a good one? Maybe gravelly mountains or something. What's the name of that? Oh no, do I not have... I don't have sheets on in this world. Gravelly mountains. Or maybe even modified gravelly mountains. I don't know. I don't actually know what the difference is between those. So why not? And what I want to do is I want to put that pretty high on humidity as well. Maybe like that. So what we'll end up with then is kind of gravelly mountains with kind of islands of basalt deltas in the middle. Modified has trees? Oh, no, we can't be having that. Ugh. That's not wastelandy enough. We'll run the overworld settings for now. We'll run the overworld type for now. And I think the type is probably fine, regardless. But that should be okay. Let's make a world. Let's see where I have my... Here. No trees. Oh, it's the taller peaks. Okay, well, I think I don't want peaks. I want kind of flat-ish, but we can... Actually, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's make a new world. I don't know. I'll just call it Wasteland because we're probably just going to be deleting and recreating this world. So data packs. Where's that? There. Throw in this one. And didn't complain outright. That's a good first step. The island of trash floating around the Pacific. Oh boy. I want it to be the Wastelands. I don't want it to be depressing. We deal with enough of that for real. Cool spawn. Execute in. Okay, we did not get it. Why did we not? Alright, I'm gonna have to dig up the log. This is how it goes. Expect lots of failure for the stream. That's just gonna be par for the course. Jesus, I don't think I've like ever cleared my Minecraft logs on this computer. I have logs back to like 2016. Alright.
Yay.
Cool. You got no errors. I know what I've done. It's not even finding the files. I put them in the wrong location. We're missing a Minecraft folder in here. Alright, failure number 1 done. Like, that's on my new computer, by the way. So I probably have way older folders for logs for some other. Alright, so I'm going to, I think, just delete this. Yeah, because otherwise we'll end up with like 100 Wasteland. Folders. Alright. On to the next one. Alright. Still no horror that far. Put it in creative. Let's go. There we go. I detected something. It doesn't do the copy anymore though. Just go like Wasteland-413. They're compressed. It's not that bad. Like, it's not at all as bad as the All Might Worlds. So you can see when I click the single player button how the game stalls for a bit. This one is just listing all the worlds. It's a crazy amount of worlds in there. Hey, we're in the jungle. Execute in. There we go, Wastelands. Run, teleport myself to... who knows? A bit in the air so we don't end up underground. Whoa. Alright, so gravelly mountains we got plenty of. Can we find something else? There's the desert. Ooh, look at the edge there. Interesting. I bet no answer. Alright, that's a decent start. There's water here. It can't be having that though. I don't know. Maybe we should have some water and just make it colored like slimy goo though. That would be pretty cool. I want to see if I can find some basalt deltas in here. There should be some islands of it. It might be hard to see because of the shapes of this mountain, but I want to try to find it. Was it a one multiple gigabyte Minecraft log? Sounds like that would be a modded log. All right, that is not too bad actually. It works pretty well in the overworld, on the ash and everything. Nice, the ambience and everything. So one of the things that I wanted when I was looking at thinking about this project is to basically make everything I make in this pack at the level of the nether biomes. So like find and put in good ambient sounds for everything and stuff. But that's a huge idea, obviously. But yeah, for now, success that far. That's good. All right. And what we can do actually is we can, well, maybe we'll keep this this world as a reference. Oh wow, look at this lava. Nice. thematic with lava flowing down onto the basalt deltas. Preferably don't use Facebook at all. I could get behind that. I don't know. I wish there was a good alternative. Yeah, I have Windows everywhere today, so I'm sorry about like missing messages and stuff. Let me try to catch up. Let's see. Bullorg, thank you for the follow. The boy, thank you for the follow. Raptremrum, thank you for the follow. C-Span, thank you for the follow. And Brownie, thank you for the follow. Thank you to Fabian and Noinanswer for the bits, and to Myth and Kendo again for the resubs. Except if it's made by the Chinese government, well, that rules out about half of the other things. Alright, well that's pretty cool. That's a good start. I don't like the grass here, but maybe we can work on that. Maybe that's the next thing. So I'm gonna go into the vanilla... the reference pack, basically. Who's that? Falzok! Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome on board. That there also gives you access to the fan server once it's... Ooh, it's 6% now. Once it's ticked up to 100%, then that's back up and running. That'll give you access to that. Thank you so much for that. Blackstone Mountains? Yeah, sure. We can do all kinds of cool stuff. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and grab the gravelly mountains, if I can find them. Here they are. Let's just open that for now. And have a look. There we are. Here's how it looks. And here's the monster of the gravelly mountain. Hi. Hardly see her today. There's the cat quake.
Yay.
It's I might open that window a little bit more. Alright, so what I can start in here is mineshaft, strongholds, and ruined portals mountain style. That's pretty cool.
Cat.
Cat. What are you up to, TTS man? Holy smokes. Thank you for the bits. And thank you, Faust, for the follow. So I think basically what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm going to take this file and just resave it as my own. You made this? I made this. If I can find where to put it. Databacks, Wastelands, data, Minecraft, Worldgen, Biome, Lime, and the Wasteland Mountains, or something. So I'm gonna find with these, we can leave them. The monsters also, like, we don't really care what spawns here right now. It's part of the mountains, there's no spawn costs. I don't know what the TTS guy had against cats, but there's some kind of trauma in the background there. Let me see if I can move stuff around a little bit to get a little more space here, see what I'm doing. Alright, so carvers. We're carving caves and canyons. That could be a cool thing to experiment down the line with. The features lake water, lake lava, monster rooms. Those are the default spawner rooms. You know, the spawner in the center of a cobble and mossy cobble room with a couple of chests. Bunch of ores. I like the dirt ore especially. Yeah, dungeons. Infested ores, so silverfish, yeah, maybe we'll do that. Trees, mountain can go away. Flower default can go away. Badlands patch of grass, brown mushroom, red mushroom. This sounds okay. Sugar cane patch. I read patch and said pain. Grass is dirt ore. Stone is cobblestone ore. Nice. Pumpkins. We're gonna remove the water spring freeze top layer. So that's those are the features. And then
Yay.
the sound is just the default cave sounds. It's raining rather than snowing, and it's extreme hills category. And here's some fog colors and stuff. So let's tinker a little bit with stuff. Oh, actually, maybe I do want some water then. Well, we'll do water later. But fog color is a pretty cool thing to tinker with first, because you get some pretty fun things. Nuclear winter snow. Well, we have some snow already, so I don't know. But fog color. So the first thing I'm gonna do, this is a little painful, because these are what these actually are, you know, numbers in hex split in 3. So if you just stick those into a calculator, like the Windows calculator on programmer mode, you can dig out what the color actually is. And in this case, the color is that. Like it's, you know, red, green, and blue. So we can think about what do we want then. So this is, you know, lots of blue and a fair bit of the other ones, obviously. In game we get, you know, light blue. Makes sense for, you know, non-wasteland world. So maybe what we'll do is actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just pick a good color in a color picker. Yeah, exactly that. It's a little hard to do all of this on stream, especially since I didn't really prepare for this. But what I'm gonna this is what we're gonna run with. Why is this not a string? Wait, because it's a number. Like, that's literally a number. That's what colors are. Alright, so that's a brown reddish hue. We'll see how it works. We can tweak it. It's fine. We're just experimenting with stuff. Maybe we'll leave the scale and the depth and stuff for now. Where's the surface builder? Gravelly mountain. Okay, let's leave it at that. We made a couple of changes, and that's okay. Wastelands has been deleted. Good. Well, it's because I put in the correct folder. Here it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace the Minecraft Gravelly Mountains with Lime Wasteland Mountains. There we go.
Yay.
So that should replace this if we regenerate the whole thing, or it fails. You know. Why did you not prepare? Did you not expect to stream this? I did not. I've been thinking about streaming this, but I did not expect to. Not today. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna do the 2s. Where are my files? Here. Wasteland. Go. Cool. Creative mode. Let's... Yes. Okay, so the dimension exists. That's a good sign. Oh wait, did I? Okay, no.
Yay.
All right. I was gonna copy the location from the other world. Maybe we'll do that actually. The nice thing about this is because we didn't change the biome distribution, we just changed what was in it. This place should be the same place in the new world, so we should be right next. We should be looking at a basalt deltas if I do this, and we should be in a lime wastelands mountains or whatever I called it. Forgot already. And we're falling. Yep. Still has water, but we are in lime wastelands mountains. It has cattail monsters. I should Do the Star Trek thing. I mean, it's fine. Like the thing with these. Alright, hold up a second. I'm gonna open the window a little bit more for. And for me, actually, because it's getting really warm in here. You know, here's the thing. The idea behind these files, obviously, they are not super user-friendly, and the idea isn't that at the end of the day you'll be editing lots of JSON files. Probably people will make good editors for this stuff, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's not necessarily that I prefer to do this without generators and stuff. But I think this is a really good way to learn stuff about the system and try to figure out how things work and stuff. And then you can use generators. I do the same with telraw. I learned to use raw JSON things. Alright, but there was a tree here before that's no longer there. So obviously there are some differences. The sky is a lot more blue than I had imagined. Did I miss a thing? I might have missed a thing. Yeah, I should have changed the sky color too. That might have been smart. Let's here. So the sky color is this. We just changed the fog color, so you can just see the fog in the distance, like over here, up here. Like you can see it become brown, like almost as if it's the sunset. I figured I missed something. They'll be better distributed soon. Alright, so the actual color is that, which is, I imagine, fairly blue. Very blue, actually. And I imagine that we want to put that to something somewhere between, like, I don't know, brown or purple almost.
Yay.
And fairly, like, dim. Black, that's no fun. That's just, you get the end. So I'm gonna do that, which in decimal is that. And that's all we're gonna do. So we're just gonna try that because, you know, one thing at a time. Ho ho! The spazzy splash text. Alright, I'm actually going to delete. Yes, let's do that. Obviously, this workflow isn't stellar either, you know? So, what's the very slow progress bar for? It's for the fan server upgrade. %. Actually, we can just take the. We take the position from here. It will include the dimension, so we don't have to type it out. I should stash that somewhere. That command. Let's do that. Okay. I totally know what I'm doing. What do I usually stream on Tuesday? It's the kind of community stream. So either we do map making or playtesting or the fan server. But it was supposed to be fan server today. Ooh, look at that purple sky. But like you can see down there, it's working on it. That's more like it. Hello, kitty. All right. So we can toy a lot with the settings of this, and one thing you can do is you can toy with the extent of how tall the mountains is and stuff. But the first thing I want to look at is this. We can't be having this nice grass here. That's not okay. So we're gonna look at the surface builder next. I guess we'll stick here for now. Let's see. Bastion, Whitey Grimmerp, Spooks, Tulu, no, Tutu, and the Oliver. Thank you for the follows. I butchered at least half of those. I'm sorry. I am usually better at that. All right, so Wasteland Mountains has the Gravelly Mountain Surface Builder at this point. So we'll go and dig up what that looks like in the original pack. If I can find surface builders, there they are. Gravelly Mountain. Here it is. That's how it looks. These don't have all that much, but we'll resave this again the same way. But data, Minecraft, WorldGen, configured surface builder, and I guess we'll just call it Wasteland Mountains. Just Wasteland Mountain. Why not? Alright, so it's not snowy. Doubt. Grass block, dirt, and gravel, and that's what it is. And then this, no, that's the name. Hold up. And the config is the same. That's right. No, the name is. Oh yeah, that's one of the problems in this pack. This might not work. We'll see. Yeah. All right. So here's where we're butting up against like bugs and stuff. But anyway, I'm just gonna. What do we have? What is a good not grass? Maybe we just say that we want blackstone as instead of grass for now. Path block, coal, mycelium. Yeah, mycelium could be one. Coarse dirt. Mycelium is probably the like nicest of those. Mycelium does have a snowy property, but no other property, so that should work. Under material is dirt currently. We can maybe keep that. I don't know. And then gravel is the other material. These are like top material, under material, and underwater material, and they're like. Path block looks nuclear yellow, so they are like they're completely abused, those names, right? So this is not underwater. Clearly this is not underwater, but it's still gravel, so they're just used as kind of like field 1, field 2, field 3. Why are properties and name with capital letters? I hate it. Yeah, it's just happened that way, and changing it is a bit of work. Sarah Antisocial, thank you for the follow. So I think I'm going to change gravel. We can change gravel to path. What is... grass path is the thing, and it doesn't have any properties. Okay, like that. Hey, you caught it. Yeah, this was the lead theme of the UHC highlights, right? Hey, 9! Cool. You'll have a few layers of path. Fair enough. We can do the opposite though. Well, then we have mycelium 3 layers. Alright, fine. I'm gonna do blackstone here. Good point. Good point. So we go back to Wasteland Mountains, and now we see if this works at all. Otherwise, I have a trick up my sleeve, and you're not gonna like it. It's because it's horrible. But let's try that first. Let me get rid of that. New world. Wasteland 3. I have that specific video on my liked videos list, I think. Which one? Because wasn't this in like all of them? Or do you mean the end of it? Wasteland. Oh, okay, yeah. Fun fact, that series was rendered the same method as the fan server flyover render, and it took enormous amounts of processing power. I need that command. Oh, we messed it up. It no like that. Do I still have the log somewhere? Maybe there? No, but that's good enough. Logs. Let's see if it even... failed to parse file. Did I put it in the wrong location? I might have. I did. That would be why. Didn't let me move it there. Okay. Oh, it did. Oh, this is just constant kitty quick now. Let's just get used to it. That's gonna be a theme. Let's try another attempt at Wasteland 3. Wasteland the third. Bugs all around. Proceed. It was not before replay mod, I don't think. And it was from, I would say, about the time when Minecraft was kind of... Wait, what? This is unexpected. I would call it from the sort of last blast of Minecraft here. They were moving on from Minecraft, the whole bunch of them and stuff by then. Heart-shaped lake. Yeah, with a little bit of imagination. All right, why? It is also possible that the gravelly mountain surface builder, like, so this might be the thing. We'll try the horrible workaround. We'll try the horrible workaround, and yeah. So what? There are a couple of possible problems here. One is this name is the name of the gravelly mountain surface builder, for which this is the configuration, right? The problem is the name here is also the name of the file, which is a mismatch, right? But I can't really change it to the way it is right now. Yep. So what we can do about that is to just take the entire thing and just stuff it in here. And that's the horrible part. what did it do about that? Did it actually... I think it actually did something reasonable with the indentation there. Thank you, VS Code. It might jump to 0. I don't think so. I think it probably fits a 10. But we'll see. Yeah, it might shuffle over to the right, actually. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Alright, so we'll try that instead. And you left it as Gravelly Mountain. That's on purpose. Because this... Here's... Okay, so here's how it's going to look later down the line. That's what it actually says, right? And what this should be is this. Right? 2 periods. Nice. So, this isn't actually the name of the thing that we're working on. It's the name of the... Come on, cat! This is the name of the code that is making the surface generate. That's using this configuration and is running then. Wait, what? Oh. How do you change the number though? Okay, there. And then convert indentation to spaces. Sure. Cool. Thank you. So that's the problem with these right now, is because the name is used for 2 different things in the same file, and that makes them not work unless they happen to match, which they basically never do unless it's a vanilla file. The fix for that is to not put it in the file at all, but to put it in, just inline the whole thing in this file, which sucks, obviously, because you don't want it in here. But we'll try that. And see if it works. RIP Wasteland 3. Hello, new Wasteland 3. That should be okay. Let's see if that works at all. Excuse the street race backdrop sounds. Okay, so the dimension exists. And didn't work. Ah. Yes. Hey, we got a portal over there. Cool. So it's also quite possible that this, like, Gravelly Mountains surface builder just doesn't care about the configuration and just uses stuff. It's also possible that it just plain doesn't work this way. Because of that bug. Like, because it looks up the wrong thing. I got it to work on the other surface builder, though, when I made that petrified... Wait a second. Let's look at that one. Configure surface builder. Here's the eroded forest one, and that has eroded badlands in it. And if we look at the biome for that, the petrified forest, it has it as a reference. So that... Oh, I know what I might have done. So these are super... What does mycelium have as properties? Snowy. Okay, so mycelium has snowy. Blackstone has nothing. Okay, so it wasn't that. Interesting. Alright, well, we need to take this and
Yay.
put it back then, because obviously that would work. I think it's called Wasteland Mountain, not Mountains. Where is it? Wasteland Mountain. Property, Snowy Falls. There's mycelium, right? Did I misspell that? This what? Oh yeah, you're right. Snowy is actually a string here. I believe they like all of the things are parsed like that. This is weird, I agree, but this is literally copied from the vanilla pack, so I believe that should be right. I guess we can see if the log has some clues, but I doubt it. No, there's no clue. Oh, hey, Jock. I mean, sure, we could try this, but I doubt that it would make a difference. It really shouldn't be that, but at least it should say that something is different. So this is under WorldGen, Configure Surface Builder, Lime, Wasteland Mountain. Wasteland Mountain. But like I said, it's also possible that the Gravelly Mountain code just doesn't care about this configuration, that all of this is hard-coded, in which case, no. We might try a different surface builder if we can't get this to work. Like I said, very experimental, very unfinished. But obviously you can do a lot of cool stuff with it already, so... just imagine. Yep, okay, yeah, so that's good. When we tried to make it a boolean instead of a string, it stopped existing, which means that there was definitely an error with that. Of course oh yeah, not a string, false is in the log. So definitely expecting a string here. So my next guess then is that it's just not caring. So here's the mountain one that has exactly the same config. There's a mycelium one that looks like this. 11% completed. Should we fix that? Hold up. Oh no. Now I have to fix those on the other screen too. We'll just do this, I think. There! Fixed! Alright. So what we were looking at was this. And this is one just called mycelium. It's the default. Let's rock. Actually, this just means default as the name. Oh, this is good though, because this is not the file mycelium name, so this probably indicates that it would work. So mycelium has exactly that, but except instead of this, it has gravel. Let's see what it does. I would say these are some of the most dense and like inexplicable parts of the system, so not surprising that this happens here. If not, if we don't get this to work, we'll just leave it. Shake. I opened the window entirely, and I figured she would be more interested in just staying there for a while. But not only has she not been very interested in staying there for a while, it's also getting really cold in here. So, oh well. Will we get a biome? Will we get a dimension? Who knows? We got a dimension. Alright. Yeah, okay. So it's definitely that. And this one is more true to form. It just has mycelium everywhere. And gravel, I suppose, actually underwater, because it's listed as the underwater material, right? Ah, yes. Very good gravel there. Mm-hmm. This is supposed to be blackstone. Even. Because you changed it. I guess it doesn't apply there, because it's not like a... It's a feature thing. It's not a... It's carved out as a feature. It's not a water part of the world. So that definitely is the case. Let's just look at all of them. See what we have.
Yay.
Here's the Crimson Forest one. It's called Nether Forest. It uses... This, I think, uses like a mix in, and then it has netherrack underneath. This could be a cool one to try. That's the command. Let's try that one. See what we get. 90% bug free. Perfect. Auto applies a gradient to the sky. It's affected by the time of day, and it's also affected by fog near the horizon. I can't see a thing. What? This is like 4 windows are deep. I know it has world gen stuff. I wanted it to have world gen stuff. Alright. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so this gets mixed in, and the under material is also pushed through at some places. That's pretty interesting. We can definitely use this one and make something. I like this one. But I'm going to change the material, so... The blackstone is kind of nice. But I don't really like the mycelium. I don't think it fits this big of an area that well. So... What do we want here? The path blocks. Alright, well, since people are saying the path blocks so much, we're gonna try them. I have my doubts. That has no properties. You have to get all the properties right and stuff, otherwise it will reject the entire thing.
Yay.
So, if you said grass path here, and kept the properties with the snow and everything, it would fail. So, since it doesn't have any properties, I can remove it. Otherwise, I would have to list them all. Hey, fishy. I missed a bunch of stuff again. Thank you, Noble Persona, Pyrolad, Lucas, and Fishy for the follows. Welcome, everybody. So, let's try the grass path there. I think it'll look weird, but the dirt also cannot be dirt. Need something else than dirt. So the path... This is this hue.
Yay.
So the black stone is never gonna fit together with this. Feed the Fear, thank you for the follow, and Ricardo Martinez, thank you for the follow. I don't know. We need to find blocks that actually like fit together. Yeah, the path block is the one you get when you right-click grass with a shovel. Melons. Maybe no. Thank you for the bits, Fishy. Yeah, I know these are pretty cool. Like maybe dead brain coral or something. That could actually fit with the mycelium. I don't think it fits with the path though. Especially since the path is lower, that makes it really weird to me.
Yay.
Like, actually, maybe... Like, if you just want to go by color, we could do this and then maybe, like, andesite or something. Might even be a little too uniform. Yeah, probably. Thank you, Thermoplastic, for the follow. Hey, clay? Terracotta is a little too smooth, I think. Ooh, what a nice sunset we have here. I mean, either we're gonna have to go a lot more towards yellow and brown if we want to keep the path blocks, or we go like grayish if we want to do these. But we can do both, like in different biomes. So if this is one set of blocks, and sadly right now the options you have are 3 blocks. So that's like 1 palette. And then this is another palette. Which I would say possibly something like this. And maybe coarse dirt, although I think it's... Yeah, maybe. Or you can go completely crazy and just use like these. Concrete biome might be cool. Yeah, I mean, there's something that says that the biomes have to be natural, quote unquote, either. We could do red sand if that mixes, but I think these are cool. Let's try these. I'll make a couple of different ones. So maybe let's start with this one. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. Top layer, we probably want the... Alright, so if it's this layout that we have here, we probably want the brain coral to be, instead of the blackstone, like spotted into the place. Probably want the clay to be on top and the andesite underneath. So in that case, the black stone would be replaced by dead brain coral block, I believe. It's the full name of the thing. Yes. And that does not have any properties, I'm pretty sure. The undermaterial is andesite. And the top material is clay. Or clay blocks? Clay? It's just clay? Just clay. Yes. Alright, and this I'm gonna resave. We can call it let's call it Gray Wasteland. Okay. And then this one is going to be Brown Wasteland, which is probably the path block instead of the path block as the top, the coarse dirt underneath, and the podzol as the speckled thing, I think. So that means the top material is grass path. The under material is coarse dirt. And the underwater, for some reason, material is podzol. None of these have any properties, I believe. So we'll call this Brown Wasteland. Now we have all of those. So we can go back to the Wasteland Mountains and we just switch this to Gray Wasteland. Gray Wasteland. As the podzol can be snowy. Ooh. Yeah, you're right. You need a property. Podzol. Oh no. Oh, come on. Do I have to do this for... Snowy. Okay, good. So let's go back in game, and we'll keep this world, but we'll go make a Wasteland 4. Sequels are coming in quickly today. Alright, done. Create. Go get the teleport command. Yeah, so like you can't replace stuff. You can't replace defaults right now, which is not the way it's meant to be. Huh? This brain coral looks extremely out of place, though. It's okay. Maybe replace it with another one of the corals or something. Could look better with the fire coral, maybe. I guess it's gonna look less peculiar there. But, well, you know, whatever. We can... You don't have to perfect it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it over real quick to brown, and then we're going to try another one. See how that one looks.
Early pause reminder.
What? Thanks for the bits, but why? Why remind early? Single player, please. Wasteland 5. Proceed. Pink Wastelands one. I know, we make that candy or cake dimension that I was talking about. Let's see. Yeah, still have it. Good. Whoa! Ho ho ho! What a difference just from that. This looks sick. This land has been through something bad. Oh no! The bot lose the sub? My windows are all covered up. This one is a nicer one to work with, I think. I want to keep with this one. But this water cannot be like this. This is not okay. And we need it to look way more toxic. So let's go here to the watercolor. Hey, Myth! Gifting us up to the Moobot itself. Thank you so much. Wonder if we'll see Moobot on the fan server when it's done. 13% through. Oh yeah, we're gonna make an Iskall dimension with just diorite. So let's see. Where's my color picker gone? There it is. Probably want the water to be kind of green almost. Like you want it to look really sludge-like, I think. I'm gonna try this one, just to see. We'll remake 5, I think. Much better. Perfect. Alright, well, this is a good start. What a place. Because it's not yellow? Yeah. This just looks like, I would just want to sit down here and have a drink, right? I think the even better part would be if you get like a waterfall of the stuff or something.
Yay.
We're not affecting the grass color right now. That's one of the things that's just broken right now. Ghost Rider, thank you for the follow. But let's move on from the surface. The surface looks okay. I want to toy a little bit with the terrain itself. This is one of the things should it be even more green? What you would... I want to make it like look blindingly radioactive or something. We can try it. If I find my picker. Maybe pull up the... you just pull it, saturate it all the way up. Neon green. Wow. Alright, let's do something like this. Oh, hey, it froze. I was like, what just happened? So the brown... No, wait. The Wasteland Mountains... Oh, no. Need it in decimal form. Nice thumbnails we're getting from this too. Creative. Data pack. please. Do the data pack thing. Here be dragons. You can change the tinting of the water. You can't like change the properties of the water. Alright, you happy? Yuck! Ugh. Mmm. More! Add more poison! Alright, fine. We'll leaving it at that then. It's maybe not how I would have designed it, but okay. I want to drink it so bad. Oh no. It's like highly concentrated Mountain Dew or something.
Yeah.
I need to close this window a little bit. It's actually getting pretty cold here. This cleaning fluid. I know there's you know, but there's a point to repeating that screen. Voxel Dragon, hey, thank you for the follow. All right, so let's toy with the actual scaling of this, because the thing is the base noise is the same everywhere. What the biome does is it scales it up and down according to a few I don't know, parameters. So let's look at those. I'm just gonna try to fold in a bunch of stuff here so we don't need the starts. We looked at the features already. We'll look at those more later. We don't let's see. Oop, we don't need the sounds, and the colors we've already dealt with. So we don't care about the downfall, the temperature. Hold on, maybe we could do something here. Let's just say that the temperatures... I don't know what scale this is, to be honest. Let's look at the default vanilla desert. Or maybe Badlands. Here's Badlands. The downfall... The temperature's 2 here. Okay, so we're going to be worse. And we're going to put this to 3. This is Visual Studio Code. And so now what we have is we have scale here. We have depth here. Those are the two values we can toy with. So let's take a look at a couple of the vanilla ones and just compare things. So here's Badlands. Scale 0.2, depth 0.1. Here is Desert. Yay. Scale 0.05, depth 0.125. So like the Badlands one is a bit higher, and the one that we're working with is scale 0.5 and depth 1.0. So that gives us this sort of mountainy place that is pretty tall here. So what we can do is like squeeze it and pull it like... I only use music that I have verified licenses for, so like yeah, you can suggest stuff, but if you don't know that it's like Creative Commons, then probably I won't play it. So I don't know. Let's do extreme things. Let's set it to 2.0 and scale to begin with, and maybe a really low depth value. What I think should happen is you should push the whole thing up by a whole lot. Jamie Cicada, thank you for the follow, and Luminous Pandora, thank you for the follow, and Mommy Bell, thank you for the host. All right, Wasteland 6. Let me take that away. Yes. This is too green for my taste, but okay. Yeah, so what happened was, what did we do actually? We pulled depth down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what it did is it pulled the bottom of the biome down and it pushed the scaling of it up. So it became like almost amplified in scale, but it also went down. So now we have ocean here where we didn't before. And you can see these mountains are like super big now.
Radioactive pufferfish.
Thank you. That's too much, obviously, but then that gives us kind of an interesting thing. So I'm gonna look at, I think, the basalt deltas, because that's an interesting thing to see. So that is depth 0.1 and scale 0.2. Interesting. All right, so we started out at 0.5 scale. We probably want the depth to be around 0.1, since it's like a neighboring biome of this one. So maybe we put depth to 0.15 and scale. I definitely don't want it that high. Might even pull that down a bit. What was the basalt deltas one? It was 0.2. 0.5 is where we started, I think. So maybe let's do 0.35. The other thing that we can look at if we have some here is the temperature will affect a bunch of things. I don't know if you have any grass here anymore. I guess we could put down some grass. The grass color should have changed with that. Okay, just got brighter. Alright, oh yeah, I don't know, maybe that's one of the things that doesn't work. Alright, let's just try these values. Actually, let's just go incredibly crazy and just put the temperature to like 10. What am I up to? 7? Yeah. The water hurts. Yeah. Do not drink. Do not even step nearby. Hide if it rains. Let's see. I want the command. Yeah, we could. I'm kind of feeling the milder green urge too. Alright, so we still got like a huge pile of water from this, so probably want to pull it up a little bit more. But the scaling is a little bit more muted now, which is nice. Yeah. This place. Alright, let's see. That actually. Let's see. I gotta get rid of all the vanilla things here so I can find my own thing here. In the effects, the watercolor. Let's be a little nicer to our eyes. And let's pull it over a little bit towards green brown maybe. Make it a little more muted. I think it would be nice. As nice as a burnt out wasteland can be. So we'll use that, and then I want to pull up the depth more and maybe pull up the scale by just a smidge. Alright. gonna take a lot of wastelands. %15 hype. Nice. Yeah, it'll probably be done tomorrow morning, I would guess. Like, how long have we been streaming now? When we started, it was on, I think, 4 or 5%. Yeah, I think Mommy Bell is right. You can see how long time you could spend just like tiny tweaking the knobs for this. All right, so in 1.5 hours, it's done 10%. That's your countdown, I guess. And there's no telling if it's gonna take equally long or if it's gonna be quicker once it hits the end chunks or whatever. But that's, I think, a bit better. It still did not push the terrain up as much as I thought. Maybe because I pulled the scale up at the same time. Like, the thing then is, if you're in this kind of situation, what you would generally do is, this border looks extremely harsh, so you'd introduce another biome and you'd put it right in between, and you would have like a basalt delta's edge biome. Spilled peanuts on my freshly vacuum cleaned floor. It's bad, man. Well, if it's freshly vacuum cleaned, you can just pick it up and eat them, right? Making 23 biomes took me about 300 plus test worlds. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The workflow isn't ideal yet, let's just say. 3-second rule. Disclaimer, no. Yeah, pretty much. I do not endorse that type of thinking. Don't do it. See you tomorrow. We shall await your return. Alright, so... Actually... Where did the green water go? It's more muted green now. So maybe just 0.3. Alright. We can live with this. This is okay. So let's do something else fun, maybe. Let's look at the carvers. Actually, I should try this one before so we know what the baseline is. I am considering putting a load teleport into this data pack. I think I probably should. We'll do that for next time. We're just gonna put it in a load tag and run a function that teleports me to that place instead of pasting this command every single time. That looks right. Proceed. The shoe tying video? Alright, a little more water than I wanted, but that's okay. And this is still incredibly green, but that'll be a thing that's sorted out later. Alright, good. Let's play with carvers. What are carvers? Carvers are the things that do kind of this stuff. So what we had in here was not in that file. Actually, let's just do that real quick first. Let's set up that. Let's see. Data. I need to create a new folder. Let's called lime. And then in that I need a new folder that is called tags, and in that I need a new folder that is called function. Is it function or functions? See what? Grass color cannot currently be changed, that's correct. Or like grass color is dependent on temperature and run through a whole bunch of calculations right now. Charge your phone would like to, I think, function. Okay. And then we're also going to need a folder called functions. It should be functions. Yeah, it's plurals except for all the WorldGen stuff. So we need a function in here that is load.mc function. I'm just going to run that command. This whole thing. There. Wait, what? Oh. That's not grass now. And the grass is it's just a biome that isn't working the way it's intended this version. Where'd that go? Tags, functions. Oh wait, no, this needs to be under Minecraft. Can I move that? Yes. Cool. So tags, functions, new file, load.json, which is supposed to contain
Yay.
replace false and values. Am I remembering that right? Lime load. I have no idea. Dags, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Kenda, for the bits as well. I guess we'll see if that works. There are a bunch of things that you currently can't affect. They should be able to affect down the line. Alright, so what were we looking at? Oh yeah, caves and canyons. So let's just look at those from the vanilla pack, if I can find that again. WorldGen configured carver. So there are not that many of these. There's canyon, cave, nether cave, ocean cave, underwater canyon, underwater cave. That's all there is. Here is the canyon config. And here's the cave config. They only have probabilities. Oh, I thought they had more. Let's make our own caves. I'm gonna resave that under my own thing. Wastelands data, Minecraft, WorldGen, configured carver, lime. I'm not gonna forget this time. I guess we call it lime cave for now. So it's still the Minecraft cave type. You don't change that, so then it won't work. Let's just quickly look at the nether cave one, by the way. Oh, so the nether cave is another one. You can try that one later. But probability just 0.8. Perfect. Caves everywhere. And in the Wasteland Mountains, we're gonna I guess we'll keep the normal caves and we'll just do lime cave as well. Good to see he's already moved on to the cave update. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna call these caves, we're gonna call them Swiss cheese. Alright, let's try it, see if it worked. The multiple parts that we are testing out and seeing if it works now. Wasteland 10. We're at 16%. Where did I put that? It's there. Alright, validated. That's a good sign. Yes? Oh, I've been a dummy. I just realized.
Cave update.
Cave update. Thank you, Thomas. Hey, man. Actually making that cake generation? You mean the cake dimension? Let's see. What do we need? We need to be in the load MC function. Hold up. Why you no switch? There it is. This is the problem.
Actual pause reminder.
Hey, thanks. Hey, we might do a quick break in a little bit here. Hi, pig. I guess we copied the data pack, so we're just gonna have to redo that. Whatever. Or I press enter instead of 0. I accidentally hit the enter key on my numeric keypad. We got Wasteland space instead. That should be okay. Yes. Do the thing. Do it correctly. No.
Yay.
Function. Oh. Oh, it doesn't work because it's happening too early. Right on. Thank you for the follow. All right, a little more complex then. So we actually don't need it to be load anymore. We need this to be tick. So change that to the tick tag, and I guess this is a tick method function. Rename that to tick. And teleport everybody that doesn't have the tag TP'd, and then tag add. Use schedule command. Well, I would have to guess a delay. I'd rather do something like this. Should the load function happen after dimension generation in a data pack then? No, it's not about dimension generation. It's about player join. Basically, the server started and the pack is loaded before I joined the server, even though it's single player. And I think the actual time delay there might be performance dependent, which means that it could be impossible to use the schedule command correctly, and you'd probably, if you want to, you'd probably set it to a ridiculously high thing just to account for that, and it being somewhat varying and stuff. So I'd rather do something like that, which is guaranteed to work and will work on the first tick that I'm in the game. There we go. I expected more caves. I will not lie. It is run every tick, but it also is only active on players that it hasn't been triggered on before. Why no caves? Nothing in the log. Now there's some more caves over here. Oh yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Alright, maybe we do canyons instead. Canyon. Actually, hey. Nether caves. Perfect. It's just a whole line of Wasteland things with like brown, green icons. Is the music that low for you?
Yay.
Lil Steron, thank you for the follow. It's dependent on your like speaker configuration or headphones. It's super difficult to balance that kind of stuff, even for like movie makers and people. All right, yeah, that did something. Yeah, so when it triggers here, we basically get like nether like caves. Very interesting. Not necessarily great for my purposes right now, but interesting.
Floating blocks, yay.
Yes, indeed. I'm just gonna change it to canyon, and we're gonna run it again. This is so you can see the differences between them, right? Like, even if you, in theory, you would know what they do, and like it's like it's just so much better to try them out and see what the effect is and what the difference is. I wonder what setting would maximize the amount of floating blocks. I would guess some form of. Oh wow. Maybe probably some form of combo of cave carvers and stuff with a really high probability. Okay, so this is all death, but the problem is that it's not cutting through as much as I would have liked. Like, I would have liked to carve all the way up. Let's try the last one then. Nether canyons. Hey, you're back. Shake. Spotted diamonds though. Yep. Did you come up with that multi-dimensional space idea on your own? I mean, no, that's literally the thought behind it. Oh, okay, so this really didn't cut through much at all. Huh. Ooh, hi guest. You're not the guest. Shake. Huh. Not what I expected. Oops. Yikes. So maybe this actually doesn't cut through up to the surface at all. This is like tons of ravines and stuff down here. Alright, interesting. So we're not getting that much out of the carvers right now, which means, well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go back here, and we're actually just gonna delete the lime cave one. Can you get a catquake counter? I don't. Well, there's a song request command. You can run it and you get the answer. There you go. The chunk progress is the update of the fan server. We were gonna play on there today, but then we didn't because it's probably gonna take all night, that thing. All right. Oh, more floating blocks. Nice. So what I want to do instead then is go a little wild and go back to the dimension for a moment, which is this thing. And let's see. Ooh, those are the settings. Oh, this is gonna be fun. And they are actually now in separate files, so it's not so difficult to get into them anymore. So I'm gonna pull up the, what are we, overworld noise settings. Here they are. And they have all of the things. So to begin with, I'm just gonna save this as my own thing so that we can start modifying it. Minecraft, world gen, noise settings, lime, and then okay, now it's wasted world. What a switch in the music. So let's go back to, where did that go? The Wastelands, and switch the settings to lime. Oops. Wasted world. Cat quake. This triggered one time. Oh, okay. Well, people just want to count them, I guess. Alright, so Wasted World. Here we have all of the things to play with. I'm going to ignore the structures for now. We're mostly interested in the other settings. So sea level is a bit interesting. So currently that we get a bunch of water here, and it's not very deep. So if we were to pull that down, here's a little deeper. If we were to pull that down a bit, we would get less ocean overall, which I think would be nice. So maybe just gonna move the sea level down just a few blocks, like maybe you'll do 5 blocks down or something. And then we have a ton of like factors, and these all affect how everything looks. Alright, see you, Mommy Belt. There have been many cat quakes this far. So, to be completely honest, I don't know. I haven't dug into what these factors exactly do. So, like, we can definitely just play with stuff. So there's a scale and a factor in the sampling, there's a top slide, and there's a bottom slide. And they all affect how things generate. So let's just take the top slide and change it around a little bit. Yeah, sure, why not an offset? And I think we've had something on the scale of 6, 7, 8 cat quakes this far. Density factor, density offset. Let's maybe just do the slide first and see if we can see a difference from that, or if the difference is just like everything became messed up. Or it didn't work at all. Did I change the dimension to be this one? Yes, I did. You wanna have bets, chat? You should take that break, actually. Let's do bets. Who thinks that you... Okay, there's 3 options here. Who thinks that it will not work at all? Who thinks that it will work but look exactly identical to, like, indistinguishable from what we had? Or who thinks that it will be somehow different? Oh, also, who thinks that will be crazy as hell? Let's do that. I'm gonna do a 2-minute break. Just stretch a little bit here. And we'll be right back at it after that. Let me know what you think. All right. Thank you so much for setting up that poll. It's dead on for it'll look different and it'll look insane, followed just after by it'll look the same, and nobody thinks it will error. All right, let's find out. All right. Hasn't errored yet. I'm gonna call that very similar. Like this like boxy thing here was here even before. So I think it's a little more like floaty up here maybe. But overall, I would say mostly the same. All right, interesting. Let's go back to editing stuff. Where'd it go? Let me close it. All right. So what did we actually do? We moved the top slide. All right. So what? Let's do that instead. Yes. That should be good. Or something. I foresee this very much making a difference, but you never know. It's also possible that it's just like somehow falling back to the default without telling me. So that's actually exactly identical, but I don't think so. Hi, welcome back tomorrow. Okay, how am I not dead? I forgot to change my mode. I was sure that I... Alright. Why did I not take any damage there? No, this looks literally identical. It's the same floating blocks here. Huh. Or are these taller? This looks a little more tall. Huh. See you, Jock. Yeah, maybe these are a little more tall. That's interesting. All right, more tests. No, hello. There. All right, sampling. Let's pull the XC factor up to the double, and yeah, let's maybe leave it at that. Just try one thing at a time. I'm just gonna remove 15 because it was identical basically. We'll make a new 15, which is actually in creative mode this time. Are you ready for it? Nice, thank you. Oh, there they are. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that made a difference. So that seems to have kind of smooshed everything out a bit. Right? Everything is a lot more stretched out. I would have thought that that would be more scale. Oh, nice. But the factor is also that. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. You said you'd make an easier way up for the cat, but this really adds great entertainment. I'm not even sure she'd pick the easier way, you know? She might just be like... The worst part about it is that she's like, she jumps up on my actual computer case to get up here. And she has at one point stepped on the power button. Which was interesting. I moved the computer after that, but... Oh, mods are not affected by that. Okay, so this was pretty cool. I actually like this generation a little bit more, but that doesn't mean that we won't keep experimenting with stuff. So, since we did that, I'm now wondering what happens if we put this back to 80, but to XC scale 2 instead. So we double the scale, but reduce the factor. So let's try that. So I'm gonna try to understand what kind of different effects you get from those. Okay. The other thing is I could maybe... it's a little hard because of the window, the mesh window. Whoa. Certainly did something. It's almost like it did the opposite. Huh. It's a little denser, right? It's a lot more stuff next to each other, but it's also smoother. Power button press can be disabled in BIOS. Well, I didn't think I needed to, right? That's the thing. It also seems, maybe it's just a fluke, but it seems like the biomes were like smooshed up against each other a little bit more. That's an interesting effect. What happens if we do the opposite? Switch scenes, please. There we go. So I believe these are floating point values, so we could just do 0.5 instead there. Both of those are really cool versions though. And the thing is, what we're doing now affects the entire dimension, not just the biome that we were made. So this is going to be like, this is how the entire dimension is different from the overworld.
Yay.
Dungeoneer, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah. So this is more similar to what the double factor was. So reducing the scale seems to be... Alright. Street racers are at it again, I guess. So if reducing the scale does approximately the same thing as increasing the factor, that means that increasing both the scale and the factor will sort of offset each other. So what does that do if we do it a lot? Is that my question. So if we put that to 2 and this to 160, those two should basically offset each other. So that same would go for putting that to 4 and that to 320. I guess we've put this to 640 and that to 8. see what happens. If I've misinterpreted something drastically, or this should... What I think will happen is... What do I think will happen? We should get roughly the same kind of heights, but by the looks of things, either more smoothed out or less smoothed out, and I can't really tell. What was that? 18? Yeah, 18. Probably more smoothed out if I was to guess, but it could also go completely nuts. Who knows? Spike reaching world border height. Well, let's find out. Oh yeah, more spiky. Hey, way more spiky. Cool, but not really useful. Interestingly enough, the basalt deltas seem to
20
be...
hype. Yay.
Alright, cool. Nice. Thank you for the bits. The basalt deltas are less affected, probably because the scale is lower on that biome. Very interesting. Alright, let's try more things. The fun thing is that this was all on the XZ scale. So we were at 280, I think, when we started. What if we were to go like the other way? What would happen if we do that? Well, the percentage is the update of the fan server. It's currently going through and force updating all the chunks so that that doesn't have to be done when we load them in game, because that would cause a lot of lag. So that was what we were gonna do today, but then we couldn't, because it's gonna take forever. Which is not strange, because it's like 32 gigabytes in size, that world. So it'll chug through that. I don't think weird caves, because the caves are kind of separate. Whoa. What? Okay, this is equally spiky. We're near equally spiky, but a more varied spike distribution. So the scale is essentially spikiness, and the factor is sort of a lower resolution scaling of it somehow. Okay, so we definitely want to pull scale down, because I don't want this spiky. But I might want to try to keep the factor low. What does it do on Y though? Let's try these values first, but then I really want to do... yeah, so the values I put in were 1.5 for scale and 10 for factor. Well, let's try those and then maybe fiddle a little bit with the Y values. Another city. Hey, limes. Oh. Oh, wow. That was unexpected. And so this is mostly what a low factor will do. How am I making it spawn into that dimension? It's a 2 command. Let me show you actually. Easier. It's a 2 command function that runs every tick, and it does this. So basically, if I don't have this tag yet, teleport me into that dimension and then add a tag. That's all you need. So I'm setting all the numbers to 1. It's gonna make it worse. Alright, but fine, I suppose. In the spirit of experimentation, Wasteland 21 is gonna be a broken one. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Set all the numbers to multipliers of 91. Alright, we got a fortress. Oh, that is very interesting. Not useful, but very interesting. So it basically starts resembling a grid. How does this look compared to the... It's not really aligned to the chunk grid either. It's just... It's kind of split the noise a lot. I don't even know. It's weird though, because like over here it's perfectly normal. And then it just goes over here. And I think maybe that's what the low... Let's see. Try negative numbers. I don't know if they are valid. Okay. Surprised me if this even works, but... There. Invalidated. But broke. Dimension does not exist. Let me see. I think it's probably... I don't know why it validated, but it's probably spit out an error message saying... Oh yeah, because it doesn't check those settings before making the world. Yeah, the range of them, the lowest you can put them is 0.001. The highest you can put them is 1,000. And it appears to go for all of them. Value out of range, value out of range, value out of range, value out of range. Yeah, it's the same for all of them. Alright, so let's try the minimum values then. Before we try the maximum values. Alright, so Wasteland 22 didn't become the Wasteland, so it can go away. Alright. Not at all what I expected. It might still be broken. It's just broken so far apart that we don't see it. Now let's go for a ride. See if we can find some section where it's like completely broken. This is pretty cool terrain though, but I wouldn't like it to be all across the world like this. No, okay, so the scaling is... You can still see the kind of angled patterns that we saw on the other ones, but they're just one block tall now. And I wonder if that's because the Y factor? I don't know how they interact. Very interesting. Alright, so... Alright, that... Of course, we gotta try a few things here now that we know the limits. So, first thing, of course, we're gonna put everything to 1,000. And then we're gonna try putting some of them to 1,000 and some of them to 0.001. Yeah, the theme for this is like Wasteland. It began as a Wasteland mountain, but whatever. Pretty crash? I don't see why it would. It's just an input value. 23. Well, if you made different noise settings for different biomes, then the world would be split apart, right? You get massive walls. Oh, yeah. Whoever wanted, like, maximum floating blocks, I think we're getting close to it. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the fog interpolates, but the sky does not. So the sky pops. Interesting. Yeah, that's very broken. But somehow more organic looking than... Oh, look at the desert. It's somehow more organic looking than the other one was with the square bits. Alright, so we're gonna try the different ones now. Let's see. Let me switch it back here. So let's start by setting the factors to 0.001. And this should either be like absolutely flat or completely bonkers. And then the opposite would be the other one. I can't remember what I said before, so I don't really know. And I still don't understand the interaction between XZ and Y. Okay. Quite bonkers. Somehow, like, more angled than before. This became more squarish. Let's try turning them around. See if I believe what it is that the factor is like the multiplication for sampling. Yay. And the scaling is a multiplication of the result or something like that, but I don't quite know. Daniel, thank you so much for that follow. Wasteland 25 it is. Oh yeah, this is the one that got entirely flat. Oh, this is interesting. It's like little lines through. Wow, okay. Yeah, we've squeezed everything up. Interesting how this is, but I think that's because most of this is actually like a feature placed. This is probably more like the actual ground. Let's see if we can find a desert. That means the desert should be extremely flat. If you can just find it. There it is. This is lower and flat. Looks more natural because it's... Oh wow. Is it you're more used to desert being flat, I guess? Right, well, okay. So, with those learnings in mind, if they were learnings... Hello, switch, there we go. We should try to figure out some factual form of useful thing here. Just gonna, like, undo back out until we're at some reasonable place. Actually, back to the start point, I think. Yeah, so that's it. That's the start point. Start point is 180, 160. So we toyed a lot with the XZ factor. So what happens if I pull down the Y scale a little bit? Interesting. Yeah, so now we're back to where we were at the start. But this thing that was like almost a complete square before has like become a little more bulged. I don't mind this actually. Nice little pillar. Let's look at the desert. Yeah. I don't mind this. Oh wow. The shift. It's a little hard to tell exactly what changed, but... Alright. Alright, so let's take a look at something. Let's take a look at the noise settings for floating islands. So that is a top slide of -3000 and a huge size and a bunch of offset, but it still has basically the same sampling. Interesting. And these are completely different. Alright, so if we don't do any density offset and we put the densities
Yay.
Yeah, let's put them to 0. Let's slowly change the numbers one by one to make it more like a floating islands world and see how things visibly change. Would it be possible to recreate the terrain generation from beta with these tools? I mean, I wouldn't say probably not exactly, but it would probably be possible to get close to it. And probably like some of the stuff is not really related to terrain gen, but more like the surfaces might not be the same and stuff. I don't know. It's definitely possible to get a lot closer to that. That was extremely unexpected. Or wait, no, I changed I changed the Y scale. Oh, wow. So I changed the Y scale from 1 to 0.5 and we got this. That's insane what an effect that had. Even the basalt delta is up here. Alright, okay. Bye-bye magma cube. Alright, let's put scale back to 1. I don't think we generated with a Y scale of 1. Or did we? Let's set Y scale back to 1 and generate again and see if it was just density offset and density factor. Wait a second. No, now I've put those back. And we put those back to 0. But put the Y scale back to 1. So now, basically, we should have the same thing, but only the density stuff changed. Okay. Alright, this is extremely interesting. Alright, so changing the density factor and the density offset makes a huge difference. I'm just gonna quickly look at something here. Alright, okay, so we definitely need to play more with those values. Alright, so, Wasted World here. What just happened? Okay, so I managed to undo them somehow. So, density factor went from 1 to 0, and density offset went from this value to 0. So if we just do the offset and leave the density factor as 1, what happens then? Wasteland 29 shall tell us. But yeah, that looked amplified almost. That's pretty cool.
Yay.
Nobody Pie. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. And Nike Boy, I missed yours. Sorry. Oh. What happens is we spawn inside the blocks. Alright, so what happened actually was everything is way higher up. Okay, so, okay. The density offset was negative, which means the world moved downwards. This makes sense. Does this go all the way down? I guess it does. Yeah, okay. So we move the world, we shifted the world up, so we now generate terrain up all the way until like 129. I don't mind that, to be honest. I know about the bedrock item thing, yeah. Like having more space underground, don't mind that at all. It's literally not what I was after, but okay. So that did that, and the density factor pulling that down appears to have pulled everything apart, right? So that created a lot of like spiky small things. So I'm gonna undo that. This is what we had before. So let's see that we put this to like -3 instead, 0.3 instead. And then pull this down by just a smidge. I want to see what that does. Wasteland 30. What I would expect would be that we start seeing more like ravines or something. But I don't know. Okay, yeah, we got more floating stuff. All right, that makes sense. You can change the biome size implicitly by changing the layout, but you can't change. You can scale the whole layout up or down. The more stuff you put into the multi-noise biome source, the more the biome's gonna switch, and you could put the same biome in there several times. So this is quite a lot of change just for that. So I guess putting the density even higher would then mean that we get less overhangs and less stuff. Like all the stuff would be more connected. This did a lot more than I thought it would do. In a way, but it only did it up on the surface, which is interesting. Alright, let's keep going. I'm gonna put the density factor to 0.5 and see. A single floating block. But if you wanted biomes to switch 10 times more often, you need to specify all biomes 100 times. I don't think so. I think you're off by a couple of magnitudes. You need to... No, maybe not. So you have the 4 values, and you need to scale all the 4 values up by basically halving all the numbers and splitting them up. So if you wanted them 10 times more often, like if you just wanted it twice as often, you'd have to split them twice, and then split them twice on the other one, and that on each 4 of the 4 dimensions. So you'd actually need to do 8 times as many. 16 times as many. So if you wanted 10 times more, then you can imagine that a couple of times. So, insane amount of times. Not worth the effort. Hype music. Alright, we're gonna make a Wasteland 31, I believe. Like, all of this is work in progress, that's why it's all experimental. That's the music you need for this world. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So split apart everything and just you get like huge, almost like stuff gets hollowed out. Huh, interesting. Wow. All right. Shape parameter? No, there is no such parameter. "23% completed chunks is the upgrade of my fan server." Alright, interesting. This is very apparent noise though, which I don't like. Like, these shapes do not look natural. They just look like noise. Like, here's a blob of something, here's a blob of air. And the closer you get, like the further away you get from one, the more that appears to be apparent. So I'm gonna try 0.95, which is just a slightly slightly more chaotic than normal overworld.
Yay.
And it's also higher. So, like, it's moved up a bunch, so we get more terrain. But not as much as the one we looked at before. Zir Skirmirnir, thank you for the follow. Okay, interesting. Like, sadly, this is almost a little too chaotic. I would love more shapes, but not necessarily these shapes. Unless we can... Let me do something with the slide. Oh yeah, so the top slide of this one is super low. Of the floating islands.
Yay.
What does that do? So we take that and just stuff that into the top. Let's take... Yeah, let's just do that. Does this size affect it? Hippie Jelly, thank you for the follow. How do I... You have a great OBS setup with how you share your rescope. Thank you. All right. I missed something there. Been playing Chosen. Oh, cool. Awesome. What's your longest run? If you change a biome, I guess that would change every biome of that type to the same settings. Yeah, but what we're changing right now are the dimensions settings. So we're actually changing the whole world. Definitely looks different. But I don't know if I could say what the difference is. Day 9? Oh, cool. I have not gotten Twitch partner, if that's what you're asking. I've gotten denied again. Second time. And I don't know, like, they don't tell me where the problem is. So, like, they say what the requirement is an average viewership of 75, and I have about 100. I don't, so maybe it's that like they think that I don't stream quite often enough or something. All right, so what else did we have here? Press the right key button to get up. So they had size and offset. Alright, so let's do the same thing here. What, they have negative offset? Yeah. Negative 46 is the magic value. These are the exact top slide settings for the floating islands. So I don't even, but let's try them. See if we see a difference. Like, if we don't see a difference from that, we essentially ignore the top slide for now. It's possible that it does something underground that we don't see or whatever. They may also be overrun / busy with partnership requests right now. No, but yes, it's taking longer to get a reply. But when I eventually do get the reply is no, please keep going and we'll try again later. Like, it's It's weird. I wish they would just out tell me what it is that I'm missing so that I knew if it was even worth trying. Oh, okay. This now feels like there's a lot more stuff that's just flat floating like this. Like, imagine you had a big scoop and you scooped out stuff out of the terrain. It looks like the size of that is like bigger. Okay. This is Lion King, yeah. Okay, so if we keep that size, but instead of putting negative 3,000 as the target, let's put 3,000 as the target. Because apparently thousands is a good value for that. I don't know.
Early pause reminder.
Gee, thank you. What is it? 35? Yeah. That's right. The percentage is the fan server. We're almost at 25% now. That's further than I thought we would have gotten this far. But it's a couple of hours in though. It is gonna take all night for sure. Should be about right to start it up proper when I wake up in the morning. Ooh. That I did not expect. Okay. Alright. So that basically made... Oh. Wow. Okay. Right. Alright. So that pushed... Oh. So the top slides, this is basically taking the top part of the noise and just going to move a bunch up. I see. And that gives us two very clear layers of noise. Alright, interesting. I'm gonna look at the caves values and just see those. See if they are similar, because that would make sense. Okay, so the top slide here is 120. What is the bottom slide? 320. The offset -1. That's larger scales and stuff too. This is what happens if the nether has 256 blocks limit instead of 128. Ah. Yeah, I mean... Interesting. So what if you set the target of the top slide to 0, but keep the size and offset? Hey, the guy! Gifting me a sub. To Vegid. Thank you so much. Alright. Let's try that. That would be interesting to remake Nether biome 256 blocks height as a data pack. Yeah? I have tons of things that you could do with this. It's just... You spend oceans of time just like trying different things in here. Interesting. So this, to me, looks very, like, almost indistinguishable from the negative 3,000 value. Yeah, there's a bug with the nether thing. Alright, I'm gonna try some different things here that are a little more reasonable values. Negative value made it much smoother? No, no, no. Oh, you made it squeezed it shut a little bit
many
more.
percent hype.
Took me a while to understand what you were saying. Thank you. I wonder what the offset is too. Let's try these values first. Changing a little too much stuff at once. Nice. Good timing. This is really interesting. I have a pretty hard time seeing the difference between those. Alright, so here's a rather big thing. I'm gonna set the offset to 0 and see if that affects those overhangs, because that is what I would expect. Okay, it didn't affect the overhangs at all, but instead we got a big cave ceiling up. Any positive value makes a roof. Interesting. Alright. Lion King Book Dark. Okay, so if the offset then is -1, so that didn't make any difference to those shapes, which is weird. Alright, so what was 39? You must never go there. I think the desert had a roof, but it hadn't generated that, like it hadn't rendered in yet. Like that happens. Alright, so for all intents and purposes right now, -1 is the same as -46 or whatever the other one was. And I think it only matters if you start pulling the noise apart a little bit more. Maybe. I don't know if the sand was falling. Alright. So the bottom slide. Is that this? Let's see. The difference between the floating islands and what we're doing now is in the size and the offset of the bottom slide. So if we put this up, let's do the same thing as we had in that one. See what it does to this world. Am I silly if I feel like it carved a bit out more of these things from underneath? Or Let's look at that in the previous one. No, it was the same. Well, no. This is more like a completely almost floating structure. Oh, sorry. Wait, what? Did I open the same one again? I did. I don't think it's as simple as saying this is the bottom of the world, is it? So that's probably the same. Alright, okay. Interesting. Well, this is a decent enough start. I think we'll maybe leave the noise here. Anything else we wanna tinker with here? Not unless we want to change the default block, but I don't think we should. Bottom slide would clamp the lows. Maybe. I don't think it's that simple. Like, because it's not just a clamping value, it's this more complex functionality. Let's go back to the biome, I think, and let's throw some more interesting things in here. So that was the Wasteland Mountains. Yeah. So let's look a little bit. Let's look a little bit at the features here. Hey, Kaylee, how's it going? Thank you for the bits again, Fabian. So
Actual pause reminder except 5 minutes too late.
yeah, but we did the other pause way late, so it's fine. So we have these are maybe the most interesting right now. So like we have patches of things, and we could probably put patches of other things here and make it look pretty interesting. So I'm going to open one of those from the vanilla pack. Configured feature. Patch. Grass Badlands, maybe. Let's look at that one. That's a bunch of stuff. I'll save that as something for us, and then we'll look at it more. So this is a funny... There's a lot of complexities in this system. Data packs, Wasteland, data, I messed it up. Okay, Minecraft, world gen, configured feature, lime, and patch. I don't even know what we're putting in here. What is it good? I guess generates another box. Seconds are not minutes. All right, hold on. Let's go in here for a second. Think about what we could put in. So maybe just put like a bunch of something interesting in. Or you could put a cluster of glowstone on the ground or something. Just a spread of glowstones. Or... So the ground is this stuff. What would be a reasonable thing? Gel sponges? I do like sponges. That's a pretty cool. So probably a sponge, not a wet sponge. I guess. Maybe a wet sponge would be nicer. Let's do a wet sponge. Okay, patch. I'm just gonna call this patch sponge. We'll figure it out. It's not gonna be a tree. It's gonna be like a dotted, like a flower-like thing. All right, so let's go back here. I'm gonna close this window just so it just doesn't sit there in the background. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So I think I'm gonna collapse it, and we'll go through it piece at a time. So decorated just means that there's like a chain of decorations going on. Actually, let's collapse this. Is there a collapse all kind of thing? There should be. I just don't know what it is. Okay, so there's a decorated that has a configuration that has a feature and a decorator. So the feature is what's going on. And then the config for this thing is a decorator decorated in itself, and the config is that this has an inner and an outer. So we're seeing is a square and then height map spread double. So basically square. Basically what happens when the chunk gets generated is we just go like, hey, place a feature in this chunk. Here's where the chunk is. And so square basically says, okay, let's spread it in the entire chunk. Don't just put it in the corner, which is what happened with the birch forest. So it was just missing a square. So it was just put it's exact like a lower corner of the chunk. And this is basically say, hey, spread it across the height map and try to project it down in a weird way. It's just a way to place it. And then inside of here, we have a random patch, which is, I think you probably figure that out. Thanks for the follow, I guess. Please don't spam. Yellow coral wouldn't survive in this world, though. Yellow coral needs water. Alright, so then the random patch feature has a ton of config stuff. I guess the most important thing for us right now is the state, because we wanted a wet sponge. The wet sponge does not have any properties, so we don't have to set any properties. That's a simple state provider. There's a ton of these. So you could have like a randomizer, or you could have a state provider that is like there's tons of these with different configs and stuff. Tries is how many tries it's gonna do to place the thing. You can replace, project, true, needs water. I guess we can do that. Like we can make a patch that says it needs water, and then place the coral there, for instance, if we wanted. And like that's how you get stuff like the sugarcane, for instance. And then there's the spreads and blacklists and whitelists and stuff. And then with that, there's a block placer. There's just simple block placers. There's tons of stuff we could do here. But I think if we just take this, we should get something reasonable. I think we'll get quite a lot of it, so I think maybe we'll pull it down. Maybe just say like 4 tries or something. Whitelist is what it can place on. Depends on the block placer, I think. Wow. Lots of hesitation that time. Nice. I thought you weren't gonna do it. But we'll try this and see what it does. So patch sponge into our Wasteland Mountains. And we're just gonna put it together with these other things. And that's gonna be lime, colon patch, underscore sponge. And that should be all good. Alright. So yeah, let's just make a new one.
Meow cat quake meow.
Thank you. Y'all need to be quicker. Catch up with the mods. That, I will admit, was not quite what I expected.
Floating sponges.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the sponge flying dimension. But wait, project true. Oh, why spread 3? But so we started with the patch grass Badlands. Can replace. Let's look at the normal patch grass. That's the same. Simple block status. Full state provider. This is a grass. Is this relying on? What's a count too? Is it relying on the grass just going, I can't live there? We might. So let's look at a patch of something that isn't that. Because there's like patches of pumpkins would do. Maybe it doesn't call the patch then. Patch pumpkin. Okay. Yeah, it's actually whitelisting grass. Okay, interesting. Alright, so that means then that we can whitelist. I think what we should do then, and this I believe, was this? Shouldn't have closed it. The format is, okay, it's a state directly in there. Alright. So name, but with a capital N, because yes. So we're only gonna place these on. I don't think it makes sense to place them on the path blocks, or does it? We could put it only on like the coarse dirt. Project false near the top? Wait, what? Of the other one? Of pumpkins? Oh, yeah. That is a little bit weird. Oh, the grass over ponds thing, yeah. No, that's an ordering problem, I think. That's basically because the lake gets carved out after the grass is already there, basically. Which you can see, kind of see it if we get back to here. Like you can see that we have a lava spring here. but there's also placing stuff in the same step. But yeah, coarse dirt. I'm gonna say.
Yay.
And I think this it might be a good frequency if we just do the same amount of attempts, but only stick them on coarse dirt. I guess we'll try Project Falls too. It's a weird one. It's a really weird one. Let's look at the pumpkin once again. Is widespread 3 in this too? Yeah, it is. Oh, it's more tries too. Probably because it fails a lot more then. So maybe you'll pull tries up to 16 then and try that. Could you fix that bug with a small data pack now? You sure couldn't. You couldn't replace the overworld, so for right now you couldn't. But then the question is, if you did that, like I think part of the reason why nothing has been done about it is it would change world gen, but you know, I wouldn't know. I haven't known anything about the world gen stuff until very recently. Avation, thank you for the follow, and the Sofer, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Alright, that's better. We got 1.
Yay.
Okay. Alright, that was maybe a little yeah. Oh wait, it probably the pumpkin patch probably doesn't have the same the same projection thing here. So the decorator here is chance, and well, it has height map spread double. And then chance 32. And this one that we had was spread double. Ah, interesting. I would have expected way more.
Yay.
Thank you, Soldier, for the follow. Thank you, Dr. Milkshake, for the follow. Now here's where you really want like a good editor to be able to move this stuff about, because if you want to just add another level to this, it's going to be absolute hell. It'd be nice to have a feature decorator thing that lets you place multiple features together. You could, like, you just chain these more.
Actual pause reminder now.
Thank you. I think we might skip though because we're close to the end. Alright, so I'm just gonna up the tries, I think. Like they're both with these different spread. The way the grass is done is super freaking weird. Like, I'm gonna try with project again. It sounds weird to not have that on, but 43. We are past the meaning of it all. The meaning of it all was apparently sponges, just so you know. Alright. Yeah, that was too many. Way too many. So I think the project thing actually helped. And that we should lower the tries again. This is way too many now. Maybe just 4 tries or something. Pretty pert. That was quick. Maybe port over geometric shape features from the April full snapshot. Custom features, custom structures do work, yeah, but they're super fiddly, and I think like most people haven't really figured out all the weirdnesses in how, like all the bugs in how they are loaded. Oh, interesting. Portal down here. Oh, that's pretty good. Here's the tail. That's your sign, chat. All right, I'm happy with that. That's a good little thing. Maybe throw up some dead bushes and stuff too. But there are a bunch of those already. If I can find it.
Meow cat quake meow.
Thank you. This is Patch Dead Bush Badlands.
Did anyone say meow? 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 Meow?
Yeah, every night. Oh, I didn't tell you actually. I woke up at sometime like 1:30 in the night last night, and she was sitting in the window right over our bed and going like, she's just like panting or something. I don't know. And so I went up like, what? And was gonna close the window, and it turned out there was another cat outside, so she was going like, done. So at 1:30 in the night, I had to like put on some shorts and go outside, walk around to the side of the house and chase this cat away so she could go back to bed. Alright, so this is not whitelisted, which means that it would put dead bush on anything, so we can't use it right off. That's probably not like, yeah. Like, it probably wasn't the best idea to use paths for this because you can't put stuff on it, but whatever. But let me see if I can figure out where this goes. Okay, not there. Okay. Data packs, Wastelands, data, Minecraft, WorldGen, configured feature, Lime. Alright, so basically what we need to do is we need to whitelist something here. Hey, we can do it the other way around actually. We could blacklist the path blocks. Grass path. That's much better. Yeah. Count 20 tries for. Okay. I think maybe we'll just try that. Wasteland Mountains. Let's put lime patch, dead bush. Without the H. Patch, dead bush. Yep. Oop. Say I don't understand what. You don't normally get floating bushes, do you? And this is based off of the vanilla one, so I don't see why we would get that. Like, if it doesn't float in vanilla, why would it float now? The only thing I did was restrict it further. It might not have been needed, because you probably can't place a dead bush on path anyway. Someone had an issue, got an error every time you put some settings on your custom dimension.json. What? Like, you need to be correct in there, and it's like actually pretty strict about stuff. So, like, and it's also really bad at telling you what you did wrong. All right, well, that's cool. We got some stuff there. All right, let's do something more interesting. Let's see what we can build off of. Dead bush with a log. Well, I mean, that's essentially what we did with the sponges before. Well, yeah, and thank you everybody for the bits, to Fabian and Galaxy and the guy. So there's something called discs. So there's like a disc clay. That's this. So it's just like, let's see, this we dig into them from the outside. So it's a decorated square with a top solid height map. So it's directly on the height map, which I don't know why the grass isn't, but whatever. And then it is a disc with a half height of 1,
Yay.
so it's too tall. And the radius is a base of 1 and spread of 1, which is basically a randomization factor. And then it's putting down a clay on dirt and
Yay.
clay. Cameron Kaza and Link 9 zeros, maybe? Thank you for the follows. I don't understand the difference between different height map decorators. Yeah, probably because they're completely undocumented. And some of them are pretty subtle too, so. Alright, let's look at the sand disc maybe, let's see. Targets grass and dirt. So I don't know exactly how these, what they put in there. But they are, if you look into config, they're down here. So they get put in a lot earlier. So I guess they probably like layers within this actually. That would make sense. What should we do? Should we make a custom tree? That could be fun. This is birch. Let's start with that. Data pack documentation when? Probably when stuff is more done. Get out Unix. Meow. World, gen, configured feature, lime. What is this? This is a wasted tree. Like underwater discs. Yeah. But it's not really related to under the water thing. It's it's related to the sand and stuff. Custom acacia without leaves would be cool. Alright, so let's try to go through a tree. So the tree feature has a bunch of stuff in the config. And then what you need to do is you need to make the forest thing outside of it. Because, like, remember, a tree, if you just place it right on, it's going to be at the corner of each chunk. So we need a square thing outside of it. But the tree is complex enough that the trees are in their own file. So basically, max water depth is, well, like oaks in a swamp. They can stick down into the water a certain bit. Ignore vines as well. And then the height map is the name of one of the height map. I think it's ocean floor for all of them, because they can stick down into water sometimes. If you have account problems, you need to contact support, yeah. They seem to be pretty backed up right now, though, so I don't know. Alright, so the minimum size is a limit of 1. It's a 2 layers feature size with an upper size of 0 and upper. No, we have a trunk provider, which is currently birch log on the y-axis. What do we do? What do we put in our tree? What's our trunk? Like, we could do essentially what I did for the petrified forest, which is to use the basalt.
Yay.
Bone is kind of nice too. You kind of want something that looks a little stem-like, I guess. Birch fen. Dude, guy, person. Thank you for the follow. Mushroom stem? I guess, but we already have mushrooms in the... I mean, you could also just do, like, terracotta or something. Yeah, bone blocks might be nice. Because they have the directionality to them. Let's try to make a bone block one. I think bone blocks are actually like the same type as the logs. They have the same y-axis, but we're gonna check. So set block, bone block, axis equals y. Yeah. Okay. Good. Whoa! What did I just do? Yes. So we can do bone block. And here's the thing: like if we change the, okay, please switch. If we change this simple state provider, we could have a tree that had the possibilities of more than just one type of blocks, because this would be a different provider that could do random between different ones and stuff. Quartz pillar is fine. Glass trees. Stripped birch. Could be stripped, yeah, but we'll try the bone blocks for now. Then we have the leaves provider. Same thing there. We could do like a completely different things, but we should definitely not use these type of yeah, what do we do instead of the leaves? Hey, 30%. Nice. Don't want to do sponges again because we already did sponges. We can do cobwebs or something. Cobwebs could be pretty nice. There's a lot fewer things in the game that work as leaves than as stems, I guess. Prismarine? Maybe. I mean, I did the dead corals for the other ones. They were kind of nice. Dead coral fans, I don't think it would work because they need to be stuck to stuff. Like they would pop off all of them. Stone buttons we could put on the floor, yeah. Except the floor is path, so we can't put anything on it. But no, I like the cobweb thing. We'll try cobwebs. So, cobweb, and that doesn't have any properties, so we'll get rid of that. And then we have the foliage placer. Now it starts getting fun. So we have a bunch of different ones here. So we have the radius, offset, and height on this blob foliage placer. That's the one used on birch. You get a blob of leaves, obviously. Here's the acacia one. It has a acacia foliage placer with a radius and offset. And then let's see. Dark oak uses a dark oak foliage placer. Okay. Very specific. And then there's the fancy oak, which is basically the large trees. That's a fancy foliage placer. And the fancy trunk placer. Jungle tree. Blob foliage placer. Interesting. So the jungle tree and the birch are basically the same. The 2 radius and 3 height on that. And there's the birch. Well, it's the same as the wasted tree. So 2 and 3. So they're exactly the same, actually. Straight trunk placer on the birch and on the jungle tree, but the base height and the random are completely different. Can you do blob but use the state provider to place less cobwebs? Quite possibly, yeah. Let's see, I want to look at the oak too. Oak probably also blob, right? Blob, foliage placer 2 and 3, yeah. It's the same. Yeah, it would be nice with a list of all of these, but I don't have it handy. Well, let's just play with this a little bit. So let's do base height of 3, but a lot of like random stuff. Could be interesting, and then offset it a little bit. Maybe just change up the values a little bit. Simple state provider. Dang, do we have any example of a randomized one? Don't know that I do. I have like decorators and stuff that are weighted. Oh yeah. Where is that use though? That's the question. I need to look at full example to work from. I'm pretty sure it's used in a bunch of like structure features and stuff. Oh yeah, this one is interesting. Here's pine, by the way. This pine foliage placer, straight trunk. There could be an interesting case for using like the pine foliage placer with a forking trunk or something. I have no idea how that would look. Let's maybe start with the simple providers, and we might want to check the Minecraft wiki. Oh, that's true. There's the WorldGen stuff has been developed a fair bit there. let me... Okay, well that was not the best window to open that in. Let's see. State provider. There it is. Yes. Yeah, we could do that. All right. So we'll do a weighted state provider. And instead of state, then we have... Oh, come on. 2 spaces, please. Entries, which is a list. And we are going to want this state to be one of them. So that's not going to be state, it's going to be data. And we're also going to be have weight. So maybe the weight for this is maybe 1. We're missing a level here. Actually did that right. Wait, what? No, didn't do that right. That's weird. Okay. Jeez, what is with all the ads today? Get out of here with the spamming. I think it was Sumovoid that was struggling to figure out this WorldGen data pack format. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if you tried it alone. Like, there's a huge effort of people like documenting the stuff for the wiki and figuring everything out together. And so let's maybe do like a 2-to-1 ratio, and the data for this is simply going to be Minecraft : air. What is wrong with this? Oh, we're missing a comma. Alright, that should in theory work. Theory. Now let's just throw it in as a feature for now, which means that we're going to have the problem with the square pattern, but that's fine for now. So we'll put wasted tree in here. The commands Discord. Let's see what that does. If that would actually be surprising if it works, because that we put in a lot of stuff at once now. Wasteland 46. The problem with these kind of things is now we've added a whole ton of stuff, and if it doesn't work, then it could be just about anything. Press this link, it works. Oh, yeah. Wasted tree is the custom thing I just was working on, yeah. Is it? That's pretty cool, actually. I did not expect that to work that well the first time. Doesn't even... You can see here a little bit how they line up in a grid, but it's not even that noticeable because they're so rare. That is pretty cool. Okay. Should we try the pine foliage placer? Okay. Hold on. Alright. Pine foliage placer without an extra E. And then we need hold up. Look at the pine again. So it has different. So it has the height is based on. Oh yeah, they're all like this, I think. Which is interesting. You can put random factors like base and spread into a lot of these. Radius 1, offset 1, and the height is... let's make it random by a whole lot. I think that all of these are like this. So I'm gonna try this. Base 1, spread 2. Like the goal of this would be to have them very different. See that fire? Go charge. The batteries, they can't keep up with the awesome trees. My batteries are running out too. Not my computers, but my own. So we're gonna have to wrap up decently soon. But this has been cool. Like we've made something. It's not like, oh yay, I want to play in this, but it's, you know, it's a lot of progress of stuff that actually works. Do you know of a way to offset the XC placement? So that's essentially what like the Acacia does, but I'm not entirely sure. Wait, of features in general? The square decorator does that. Like,
can you please keep the progress bar going overnight?
No. Basically because it would suck in terms of Twitch stats. Did I put it in? No, yeah, I did. See, I am getting tired. The progress bar is for the square decorator takes a feature that is being placed, which places it at the corner of the chunk, and takes any place in the chunk and places it there. Like I would have 2 viewers watching a progress bar, which would... Ooh! Ooh! Did we get it? Did we get our first crash this far into it? We might have. Yeah, I could set up a Set Pro channel or something, I guess, but I could see if I could stream it to my second YouTube channel or something. Just stream it on Mixer forehead. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's done it. Game crashed. Alright. Switching those back to non-random. Oh, yes. Delete that one that's broken, just so we don't accidentally open it and crash again. New 47. A better 47. Green screen also crashed? What? What are you talking about? So crash report message? I had to close it. It didn't crash, it froze. That should do. Let's find out. It's possible that this will also freeze. It's not necessarily that the radius was the thing. Could just be the pine placer. Oh yeah. Oh, that actually fully crashed. Bound must be positive. Oh wow, yeah. Okay. We'll celebrate that with a catquake, I guess. Bound must be positive. Jesus. No cat, not Jesus. Alright. That goes away again. Now I'm putting it to 1, 1, 3, and 2, which is very close to what the foliage placer for the pine is. Maybe we'll put it to exactly those values to begin with, just to see that that works. See if it's a different kind of thing. Alright, so now the foliage placer is exactly the same values as the pine one. And it's the pine foliage placer, so like if there's one thing that it would be connected to, that would be that. Yeah. Hey, you know what I could maybe do? Because Discord has this kind of streaming feature. We could maybe stream it on Discord. I don't know if it works with OBS and stuff though. There's still a lot of hardcore stuff in the surface builders. You think we'll get some more customization? I think everything that is hard-coded is just, you know, there will be more of that. There will be more customizations for everything. It's all early days, pretty much. Yep, okay. That's very interesting. Also wonder why the green screen is doing that when... I guess... No, it shouldn't matter that the background changes. Alright, maybe we just don't do the pine foliage placer. I don't think I changed anything else. So let's back out of this. Hold up. There. I'm just gonna undo until we get to a state where we know that it worked. Okay. So now we're back to the blob foliage placer. Oh wait, let me... Yeah, I don't know. We'll leave it with the blob. Let's see, the radius and offset are uniform ends. So we can try that. Let's see. Base, what did I just have it as? 3? So we'll put base 2. Spread 3. Oh, I backed out one too much. Thank you. And offset. Let's do that. Can we get a working Wasteland 47? That would be nice. So yeah, I'm running out of steam a little bit, and it would be nice to, you know, end on a working thing with a cool bone tree. Let's see why this wouldn't work though when the blob full use place worked before. Interesting to get those crashes though. Things to fix. Oh really? Oh, there we go. Oh. Best tree. That one looks pretty cool though. So the problem, like, okay, so they get, I guess the offset is upwards. Height seems to, okay. Mm-hmm. So you kind of yeah, a fair few of them that do that thing. Let's see. So offset. Oops. Do 0 and 2 instead. You cannot do negative, at least if I understand this right. The wiki. I do not remember the code for this, but what we'll do is, wait, height? That claims to not be a uniform int for this one. Don't know why it wouldn't be, but it might not be. We'll try it. It should fail to parse, if that was the case. Spread like 6 or something. Lots of spread. There is a wiki, but like basically everything is marked as like needs testing or like it's thing. It's a very long relation. I think we might have crashed it again. Yeah, it's probably that wasn't a uniform int then. Oh yeah. Okay. Why would it say that here? Alright, that makes no sense, but okay. Yeah, this is Visual Studio Code. So I believe the height goes from top down. So I think we're just gonna do something like that. Just gonna toy around with it a little bit. Wait, did it not even create? Oh yeah, it never verified. That's right. Okay. So now we got past that point. Oh. Oops. That might have been a little bit excessive. Yes, what a nice tree. Okay. What would that be? That's the radius, yeah. Okay, so interesting. Yeah. The more the larger they get in that, the more you'll see the square shape, I think. I don't know, actually. Wasteland 49? The radius doesn't range from -2 though, does it? That's a little better. This one still looks like a mess, but I think if you thinned them out a little bit, like change the weights on the placer, it would be pretty good. So, or the state provider. So if we maybe made it like 4-to-1 or something, so it would spread out a lot more, or maybe 3-to-1. It would spread out a lot more, but it would be thinner. It wouldn't be so many ones. It's 3 plus minus 5. No, it's 3 plus 0 to 5. Whatever, like 2 plus 0 to 3, if that's what you mean. The base and spread. Base is always there, and then spread is 0 to that value. Add this added on top. Wasteland 50. Is that our last shot? It's a good round number to end on. Watch it crash. Yeah, the tall ones are all different. Not as thin as I would have expected, actually. Thought they would be much sparser. Like, this is more what I expected. But it's more down to the radius, I think. You should pull down the radius a bit more. Well, we made a custom weird looking tree. Not that I know that I like this. Probably, if you want a tree for the actual Wasteland, we should probably make it out of stripped logs and then some very sparse leaves and just make it very, very rare. But yeah. Hey, a third completed. Yeah, you're right. All right, but on this beautiful view, we're gonna leave it. I actually want to turn around. Have that. Gotta have a little basalt deltas action going on. All right, very, very cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in here. I'm gonna see if see you online. There is absolutely freaking no one that I know online. Let us see. Who streamed the Minecraft? Like, the likelihood that somebody's doing something even remotely close to this seems low. What do you say? Got any ideas? Berry bush trees would be neat. Oh! Wasteland custom world creation in Minecraft while listening to weird slow jazz. Oh yes, always.
Yay.
Rendog with grind and chill. Oh wow. El Redstonian, no. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm blanking. Let's see.
1/3 type.
Yep, indeed. Oh good. Show me an ad so I don't know what people are doing. Come on, Twitch. I really miss my Twitch Turbo. That sucked so much. Like, I had Twitch Turbo, which is this old thing that is older than Twitch Prime, but it worked kind of the same way. Just that it actually did remove ads on all channels. But it failed the payment.
Cough ad block cough.
I don't want to do that. Sucks to creators. Yeah, I really don't. Anyway, we're gonna do a raid. I don't know why it failed. Like, it shouldn't have failed. It's like a repeating payment that just always worked. But whatever. Anyway, enjoy the raid. Say hi from me. I'll catch you all in the weekend, I guess. Take care, folks.